Introduction. How can someone who has been single for so long continue to remain refreshed, faithful, and positive toward love? What becomes of a super single? What on earth is a super single? If you have not been in a happy relationship for a long period of time and yearn, obviously or secretly, for a good man or woman to enter your life, you are a super single. If you have not been in a committed relationship for a while, this title belongs to you. Super can be used in a negative or positive context. In a negative light, it can mean that you have no hope in a relationship. You can pretty much forget it. You may as well put love out of your mind because it is not meant for you, nor will you ever come close to it. You are embittered by couples around you, and you slightly despise their public displays of affection. You are not completely bitter, but there is a little bitterness. However, in a positive light, super means that you are outstanding, fantastic, superb, splendid, confident, attractive, selfless, and motivated. You're not often down about not having a significant other. You have high hopes that love will glide in your direction, but it is not your main focus. You are so busy with other endeavors that the thought of love is not your obsession. Yes, you may desire it, but the thought of romantic love does not depress you. Therefore, your mind is on the right track. I used to call myself, and still do on occasions, a super single. Sometimes I mean it in a good way, while others not so good. I tease myself in front of others to add flair to conversation, but I have learned that it only makes me feel downtrodden in the end. I didn't really feel upset. I just wanted to fit in. I didn't want to be so faithful and hopeful around my peers. I didn't want to be a light. I wanted to be dim like everyone else in the circle. Although it is comfortable to blend in with other bitter people, it is not a wise thing to do. We are all accountable for our actions. If we know that God is the supplier of all things, we must not rear the nonsense. To lower our mentality into thinking that we cannot have true love is not healthy. Whether through playful conversation or not, we truly do have to be careful of what we say over our lives. You will be surprised at what you say or think about yourself that will affect your self-esteem. I thought that it was fun to tell others that I was a super single. I meant it in a negative context and figured that it would be a great conversation. But how did I know that it was not becoming a reality in my life? I was just joking. Was my joke that serious? Was my negativity a contribution to my prolonged singleness? I have written this to say, while it is good to make carefree jokes about our personal lives, we have to think about our current situations. The older we become, the more wisdom we should attain. We are to keep ourselves faithful in what God can do. We must not entertain evil forces by saying that we may never have a man or a woman or marriage. It can seem like a cool conversation to have, but we have to be mindful of what comes out of our mouths. We should not play so much when it comes to our heart's desires. If your desire is to have a relationship or get married, you must not continue to say it may never happen. If you are truly serious and prayerful for love, God counts on you to speak it into existence and believe. Trust Him and remain optimistic toward love.